Hi, everyone. Welcome into our weekly live stream, as always, at 6 p.m. London. First of all, happy Friday, everyone. Last day before the weekends. Today, as always, we're going to be doing our event here in One Piece Labs building, our incubation building. For the last this whole week was pretty hectic, I would say. We had multiple events that were going on here in the incubation center. We had a lot of speakers that came in and were educating new startups on how to build companies from scratch, their personal histories of startups as well. We were talking about the raisings. There were a couple of investors that are that were interested in multiple projects in the incubator, and we have already scheduled calls and meetings for next week. And Also different types of investors too. There were angels investors. There were a couple of venture funds. One fund was from overseas, I think, from Australia, and obviously our incubation team as well. And the main fund of the incubator was here too. I mean, a lot of people, a lot of connections, new connections, and a lot of scheduled calls as well. So I can tell that we are definitely on the right track, that we are definitely very, very close to the fundraising closing of the round, and already start getting a lot of feedback and interested funds in us. So that's just the update for overall over the week. Also, I want to say that we are going to be scheduling a call for most likely next week with a pretty big company that is interested to outsource onboarding tasks on their platform to Grand Time, which I will get back to and explain everything once we agree on what kind of tasks exactly they are going to be and how they will be outsourcing them. So once I have more details on that, I will definitely uh, 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 let the community know, and we're going to go over all the tests that are expected from us to do if we're going to do them. Also, one more time, I want to pay attention to that. Uh, every time, every single time I tell someone, any startup basically in the incubator, to any of the investors about our tree planting project inside of Grand Time, and that we're bringing people's awarenesses about the global climate change, and everything that's going on with the weather, and a lot of companies are investing huge amounts of money into carbon monoxide issues in the world. And every time I talk about tree planting in the project, it brings a lot of interest and attention from other companies and funds as well. So I think this will be something that we will do for mining companies, for bigger corporations that are also investing in global warming situation problem, and uh, we're most likely going to do tree planting as one of the tasks. I am not sure yet when exactly are we starting this, and this would be some, I would say, a marketing preparation to it before we officially start accepting companies to invest in this part of the project as well. So that's something that I will also get back to once we have it a little more clear. Other than that, also a great meeting with our admins yesterday. We've found a couple of problems that some of the users were facing with the tasks, and are implementing the solutions for that. Also, our meetings with the team, with the Grand Time team, in regards to Grand Time School. We're implementing the new schedule for the school that's upcoming as well. And again, I want to remind everyone that anyone that who wants to create his or her own school by teaching anything that you'd like, you're more than welcome to contact one of the admins in the chat, and we will send you the exact instructions and requirements for the school if you would like to open one. And obviously, we're going to spread the word about your school in our chats and our social media. That way, more people are going to be joining in and learning from you. So, other than that, I think this will be it for today with the news. I am ready to answer questions if we have them. So, please, Olga.
Yeah, Rafael, yeah, we have some questions. And the first question comes from Crypto Professor. Rafael, are VCs interested in our project? How many?
Yes. So first of all, I would say the more we pitch, every single phone call, every single Zoom call that we have with investor, it shows results. In the beginning, when we just started, the fundraising process, and we started reaching out to VCs. To be honest with you, the what we were facing is that there are multiple levels of calls that you have to go through and processes that you have to go through before you get funded. So first one is just the conversation with a partner, going through the pitch deck, explaining, basically delivering the idea that you have, and seeing if the fund will be interested in the idea itself. Then there will be a couple of more calls where you do the same thing but for other partners, and if all the partners like what they hear, then we go through the due diligence process. And what due diligence process is when you are providing certain documentations if about your projections, your plans for the future, your financial situations, how much you invested or raised so far, what was already invested in the project, your community sizes. I mean, there's a lot to it when you're going through the due diligence. And for the first couple of months when we started, there was we would go through the first and or maybe second call, and then it would kind of be paused. And the reason why is because we didn't have an exact, I would say, a perfect projections that we could deliver to the fund, and that they would understand that they're investing money, they're getting some kind of profit or increase of their investment within a certain period of time. We were new in this, and we didn't really know how to present it correctly. Now, time passes. It's been over half a year that I've stayed in Silicon Valley, and I'm talking to and meeting investors and funds almost, I mean, not every day, but a couple of times a week at least. And the more experience we are getting, the further we're going. So now, especially once we join the incubator, I have scheduled, only this morning, I've scheduled 2 calls with investors for upcoming week, for Monday and Tuesday. We're going through a lot further than we did before, and I can actually say that a couple of them are very interested now. And but as always, I don't announce anything before anything is before it's completed and I'm 100% sure. So once that's done, I will let the community know and share the word about that. Thank you for the question, by the way.
Thank you. And the next question comes from Nikolai Borisov. Rafael, can a combination of artificial intelligence and blockchain be used? What are the advantages and possibilities of such a tandem? Will this combination appear in our Grand Time project?
Great question, and it's right in the topic. First of all, yes, I believe that there is a perfect combination of artificial intelligence, machine learning, that can be combined with Web3, and not just with Web3. I think it will be perfectly combined with our particular project with Grand Time, because a lot of companies, AI companies, are working on educating their AI mechanisms right now. Currently, there are, you can look at the big giants like Tesla, that's working on the AI for their cars to understand different objects on the road when they're driving by themselves. There are a lot of other bigger projects that are not only in automotive industry but in other industries as well. And I think educating those AI mechanisms is something that we as a community can definitely do by labeling pictures, by annotating, doing voice annotation tasks and stuff like that. So there's a lot to do, and this is definitely something that we're working on right now. I actually met and I would say became friends with one of the managers in mechanical engineering department in Apple, and she said that she is going to be very glad to join the calls when we talk to AI companies to help us understand how the process of labeling works, and what exactly do we need to do in order to help other companies. And we're going to be scheduling our first calls very soon. And I think that this is the path where we're definitely that we're definitely going to be targeting, and we will definitely be doing some AI tasks in the near future. But once we get them, there will be a lot of prep processes, because this is very important. When we're doing AI tasks, they're not like Instagram or Facebook tests that we have on the platform. They're very serious, because if every single test that you do, every single picture that you label, it teaches the artificial intelligence of how to react to certain things, sounds, objects, and stuff like that. So it has to be very, very accurate labeling, and the timing of when we label. So there will be some prep processes for the community to go through in order to be eligible for performing these tasks. We're not going to let every single one do it. But if you go through the qualification process, if you definitely understand the how the mechanism is working, and how to label certain data, you will be able to do it, and you will be able to earn a lot of tokens for that, because the amounts of data that will be sent to us will be pretty big if we start working with bigger companies. Thank you for the question.
Thank you, Rafael. That's all for today.
Okay, all right, guys. Well, I want to thank everyone that joined the live stream, and ask questions. If we have any new people in on the live stream, I want to welcome everyone to the project. Please go ahead and join our chats and on Telegram. There are some work that is available to do in Grand Time if you want to be an admin and you have certain skills. There's also an opportunity to open schools that we are schools of your own schools that we will be advertising for you, and obviously joining our beautiful community as well. I want to again thank everyone for being here today, and I will see you guys on Sunday at 6 p.m. London as always, and we're gonna have some more news. Thank you all, and I'll see you on Sunday. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.